purpose of school is to prepare kids, high school students, to not necessarily go to college because it's not for everybody, but to prepare them to get into the real world and not have to struggle
I think
through
the
life.
purpose of school is obviously to educate us, but in a way that you can actually get a good job or a career out of it, because there
I
are
think the
those
purpose
people who
of
don't
school
have
is to basically educate young people so that they can go out into the world and become like the next generation of senators and politicians. And just because we're gonna be the ones in charge next, so it's important that we
Beyond
know
just getting an
how to do
education,
things.
I think school is important to the youth of any society, is that it gives you people skills. Not only do you
to
interact with your fellow
help
peers, but you
society and the rest of the world kind of grow in the sciences and other things to learn more about the planet and how everything works.
In school right now, we could be doing what's necessary to get a good education, not like being too strict, and still learning the social skills that we
do is
can get from the
make a
school.
plan and ask questions because we have a lot of teachers around here that know the experience and that could give us information that we don't know and we could
One
use
thing that
to
we can be doing is
better our
taking
future.
certain classes, because there's certain classes that can help you in the future, and also if you want to go to college, there's certain classes that you can take to get college credits. So that could
I
also
think
help.
you find your niche and you just go for it, and you'll find stuff that you really like, and maybe you'll discover something that you didn't know that you liked. That for me it was science or music or whatever. Maybe it's athletics, maybe it's whatever, and you just find that and you go for it.
Maybe not more classes, but a different variety of classes. Like, there are many types of sciences and many types of maths, but there aren't as many types
I
of
think one thing
different
that we should have
history
more is
classes
we
you
should
could
have more of a variety of language classes, because we only have 2 language classes here, and I think language is really important because with trade and everything, we're gonna have to be able to communicate with our
Sure that
people
the
around the
teacher
world.
at least
So
has
I think that
a year or two under his or her belt of teaching so that they know how to teach and they know the
kinda
best
wish,
way
like,
to
we would
teach.
have longer time and then like less classes in a day, so then you would be able to focus more on what you're doing, and that would help out a lot of students.
Teachers should give a better effort to know their students because sometimes when I'm in the classroom, I don't feel like the teachers are happy about what they're teaching. Like they don't give me that energy of learning is going to be fun today. They just kind of have that mood of trying to get through the day.
Before
They
the
should.
class really starts and during like the first 10 minutes, she always asks us if we had any questions on the homework so that we may do the questions like that we didn't understand and get how to do
Focusing on
the
what
actual
like
questions.
would be best
before
to give us projects or maybe hands-on learning exercises or working with other students to give us actual assignments that
listened,
would make us learn better
like
instead of just
they would see that everyone was interacting and everyone was giving their 2 cents. And I think that would be a really ideal classroom where
I think having a lot of variety in the way things are presented, like I know I learn well from some things that classmates might not, or the other way around, and just like for example in math, doing group projects like some other people have said, or maybe
My ideal class is like real competitive. Like every class could have like some kind of activity that makes the topic that we're learning fun. Like if we're in math class, splitting up in 2 teams.
new technologies nowadays because I used to kind of more be bored just waiting
Sometimes
and
the teachers
watching
include
some
like the
teachers.
games that they make to help you study, or even the labs in science classes. But also, like he mentioned earlier, the technology,
Talking
like
about the
here we're really
technology
big on
is how you can go up to the board and you can play games on the board now instead of like you have to write on the whiteboard. We can still write on the whiteboards, but you can also go up to the board and you can go on the internet on the board and play games and involve the whole entire class while playing these games.
Gonna spin on that one, cause I don't feel. Well, let me not say that. I, um, my personal belief is that there is no real engaging in school. I think everything in school is all self-engaging. So I think people have to find their own ways to engage themselves in
when we
school.
can kind of discover things for ourselves and experiment.
Like the teacher
in
can
computer
lecture
science
as
and
long as they
theory.
want until they get blue in the face, and that won't really engage a lot of people. And then we can be on our netbooks all period long, and that won't really engage people. I find what's really engaging is when everyone's just having another big group discussion, and so that way you can hear everybody's opinion, and everyone can be heard.
I think teachers should not teach from the textbook, like straight from the textbook.
Busy work.
Too much testing when something else is more effective.
I think teachers should stop mainly focusing on one subject in a class for a long period of time, and then going on another subject for like a week when you're
Schools or
studying another one.
teachers, they should stop rushing work, because when they rush through it, some students may not understand it, and then they don't have the best of luck on the test like the other students may have.
I think that there won't be any textbooks anymore. Like, I think that they're going to get rid of textbooks, and they're probably going to give us like an iPad or something that's going to have all of our books on it that we can use. And I also think that there will probably, classes are going to get really big. Like, either they're going to get really big or they're going to get really
Just
small,
'cause
like
the
college
technology
classes.
keeps improving like every day. So I'm just going to say there's going to be a lot more technological.
I think
Involvement,
school 10
advances
years
in
from now will just be more worldly influenced. Like, we'll have the technology, like the past answers, to be able to see what's going on in different parts of the world. Hopefully, that's
There's
like
gonna
my
be
dream
a mix
school.
of group work and discussions and all kinds of things, but that'll also be personalized for
Already
how
said.
you learn best.
Probably less paper homework as well, and that's what I think it would be. What I
But
hope it would be.
one thing that I
though.
think will eventually happen is that some teachers like may be obsolete. Like there won't be a need for them, because I think there will be some way to like have this like technological like advancement where it's going to be like an orb that's like all knowing or something, where because you'll always ask a teacher, you'll be like, teacher, what does this mean? And then they'll be like, I don't know, look it up in your textbook. And then I'll be like, or you could just tell
Not
me the
specifically,
answer.
but
I think there's going to be something.
in 10 years, hopefully, not only the teachers but also the students will be more passionate about school and learning, because of all the changes that would have been
Students
made
won't actually
10 years
need to
now.
be in the classroom because they may be able to do things from home.
Me, I honestly think school isn't going to be any different from now. We still going to have the same textbooks or that aren't updated like they like they should be. And cause there's some teachers like that are old-fashioned and I learned from the book.
Obviously, there's going to be technological advances because of the way the society is, but hopefully there's going to be a point where we can't depend too much on technology, or like not, because you're saying that sometimes you can stay home and learn more because of the advances, but that could be problematic too, because of your social skills and such. And the point of, as you said earlier, the point of school was to partly to help you get ready for the world and communication, and that's a vital part of learning. And so I hope that doesn't get taken away.